I love music. Music is my companion since a young age. It There's music for everything. There's music for when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're chill, when you get motivated. It's such an amazing and beautiful form of art. I think it's the best form of art, to be honest. I my father also loves music. I think he is very much responsible for my love for music as well. I remember him when we were in the car just cranking up the radio and showing me these amazing tunes. I'm a big fan of Mark Knopfler and Dire Straits because of him. He's an amazing guitarist. And I probably that is also because of him that I started playing the guitar. I He also knows how to play the guitar. My father, not an expert, but he can do the basic, play the chords and so on. And yeah, because of that, I also started. I learned how to play the guitar basically from YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. I think YouTube is my biggest teacher of all time. And yeah, it's quite amazing. I love to play it. I think for creative people, it's a great instrument, or I mean any instrument is a great tool for creative people, because once you know how to play and you can somehow transition between chords, you can create. You can have an idea of a song or play around with different sounds and make a song, and that's something that always excited me. And I've been trying to make my own songs also since almost I can play the guitar. And I have a couple of them. They were not great, but in this quarantine, I think everyone has their own quarantine project, right? This COVID situation came up and everyone kind of changed their habits. We had to stay at home and everyone kind of came up with different projects to entertain themselves. And for me, I decided to go back to music and to actually produce my first music album. Back in Trivago, I was already playing with a band. It's called Suddenly Boom, best band that ever existed, by the way. And yeah, I got excited again with music. Yeah, with me playing the guitar, it's always in waves. Sometimes I get super excited, I play for months, and then I stop playing for some months, and then it gets back to me and so on. So yeah, I decided to go for it and release my first album. My album will have 8 songs. So far, I already produced and released actually 6 songs. And yeah, it's getting a bit slower now towards the end. But it was quite amazing. It was quite amazing to see what you can already do with just a laptop and a guitar. So just to give you a little bit of an introduction, I am a terrible singer. I really cannot sing. I can play the guitar and I kind of know a little bit of the basics of how to produce the music, how to play in scale and so on, and that's all I had to actually make my album. Before I started, actually I made the first song and then I decided again to do a Kickstarter campaign, because as I told you, now when I have a big project, I always try to see if there's a way to somehow compensate the costs, not to make money in this case, but just to have a little help to compensate and give me an extra motivation. The Kickstarter campaign worked great, and I think I'll make also episode just about that, how I set up the Kickstarter campaign, how much money I made, and so on. I think it was a very cool experience, and I'll speak about it later. But now I want to talk about how I making my album. So to solve the issue of not knowing how to sing, I used Fiverr. Fiverr is a freelancing platform. It's an amazing tool if you want to do something creative, because there are a lot of people there, and normally you can get the big range of prices, and my price was about 60 euros per song, per singer, and I was able to get amazing singers, really top-notch musicians singing my songs, and it was incredible. So yeah, my process was getting the guitar, trying to come up with a melody. Once I was happy with the melody, writing the lyrics. Once I was happy with the lyrics, then going to my laptop. In the beginning I used GarageBand. It comes already with Mac OS. And yeah, it's great. To be honest, you can make any song with GarageBand, and you can like synthesize other instruments, you can record, it works perfectly fine. But then I think I used GarageBand for the first two songs, and then I moved up to Logic Pro, which is also very similar to GarageBand. But yeah, you have more functionalities, it's more kind of profession-like. And it was amazing. It was a great learning. After finishing recording, I would and then recording all the instruments, because you can use the laptop basically to make the drums and make the bass and any instruments that you want to do. You can just use the keyboard, which is crazy. And then I would just send this to the singer in Fiverr, and it could be, I had an Italian singer, singers from the UK, American, so on. I sent it to them, and they would just sing, and yeah, we made a song, and it was super cool. So yeah, the album is called The Expat. It's about my experience living abroad, living in Germany. The goal will be to have 8 songs, each song with a different singer. And yeah, so far I have 6 songs. If you wanna listen to it, if you're curious, you can go to my website, tiagorbf.com, or just search for Tiago RBF on Spotify and you'll see my songs. I'm using a platform called DistroKid to distribute the songs. I pay $20 per year, and basically they share my songs in multiple platforms. And yeah, so far I got like 1,000 listens in between all my songs, and it's super cool. I think it's super nice to also, sometimes I go and I'm probably the biggest listener of my own songs, but it's a great feeling to create something like this and share it with the world. And it's great to see that there are amazing tools, and with just a laptop and a guitar you can produce an album. And I think that's really a privilege of these days, that you can do everything with your laptop. Yeah, so maybe I'll talk more about this. Just go and check it out, Tiago RBF, both on Spotify, Apple Music, or on my website, tiagorbf.com. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'm curious. Yeah, see you tomorrow.